I don't know why it didn't automatically add me back to the stream, but hey everybody! Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Everybody, welcome. Welcome, Commander Cook. Welcome, Sidequester. Welcome, 80s kid from the 90s. I bet Commander Bly isn't here anymore because he just hops in to say first, and then he dips. Hello, Lungy's Hideout. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. Welcome. Welcome. As you can tell from the hat and the title of the stream, we have a specific thing that I'm going to be basically talking about the entire time, and unboxing. Shut up. Yes, we're going to be doing indie stuff for today. So I'm very excited to get into this. But before we begin, please, if you haven't already, make sure that you like the stream, leave a comment or say hi in the comment section as it's going around. Ooh, what's up, Hybrid Toys? I hope you're having a fun time at your con in Chicago, and meeting D. Bradley Baker and Katie Sackhoff. I hope that was super cool. Anyway, so welcome back, everybody, to the stream. Before we begin, do all the fun stuff. All social media is linked in the link tree on the channel if you aren't following it already. And for people in the Patreon, this is exciting. We're giving away this wonderful, wonderful battle pack, the 332nd battle pack, on the 1st of next month. So if you want to win this and get some Ahsoka troopers while watching the Ahsoka show, make sure that you support us on Patreon so you can get this set. Also, if you want to become a channel member, it's only 99 cents to join level 1313. You get tons of cool stickers, and eventually when I do like special releases for like different films and things that go up the channel, because the next semester is starting, so any sort of film I do, I'm gonna try to make it about Star Wars, duh. So those will be up early for you guys to see, and all that fun stuff. Nice hat. Where can I get me one of those? So this one is done by a company that I don't know the name of. I found this at it's like a chain cowboy store called Boot Barn. It has this wonderful Indiana Jones label on the side. The crown has the Indiana Jones kind of logo inside, as well as on the sweatband. It's part of the it says Indiana Jones Headwear Collection. You can find this basically everywhere online if you just look up Indiana Jones felt hat. This was $70, and Delilah got it for me, and I love her so much for it. It was a wonderful thing. And I found this in store. It was basically in store just when Dial of Destiny was coming out, but I like this one because it's kind of inaccurate in the way that it's shaped. The hat is supposed to actually be tilted up towards the back, which gives it like the curve, but this one is kind of tilted up at the sides, which kind of makes it look a little bit more like a cowboy hat, which is a little bit more casual, especially for where I live. So in that way I don't exactly look like the Trilby kid all the time. So no, I absolutely love this. It's great. It's gonna be my go-to big red hat because I'm a ginger, and that means that I burn when you show me a picture of the moon. So yeah, it's nice to have all around coverage on the ears, on the neck, especially into summer. So yeah, it's an awesome hat. D was amazing, though I love spending time with my sweetest babu, Latendi. I know that would have been so much fun. I can't wait. I know you're going to Columbus for GalaxyCon, so I'm definitely going to see you guys there. Uh, what did I think of TMNT? I thought it was okay. I thought it was fun to watch, and other than that, it didn't really like blow me away. It didn't like hyper impress me. I like TMNT, but the one from 2008, the animated one, is always going to be my favorite because not only did I grow up with it, it's just gritty and dark, and I like it. So that's always going to be the best one in my opinion. But it was a fun movie. I'm not going to be getting any of the merchandise from it at all, though. Probably gonna. I never was. When 2008 that one came out, I had some of the toys for that. I had like the pizza van and all that stuff with like the party hat that Mikey wore. But other than that, it was a good movie. I recommend you see it. Nice hat. Where can I get one of those? Rewind. What's up, Hunter Schultz? welcome. Well, everybody's saying hello. What is your character? Um, I'm River Phoenix, Indiana Jones, before the OD. Yeah. Learned something today. D. Bradley Baker is the voice of Squilliam. Did you not know that? How did you not know that? How didn't you know that? Always figured the Squidward actor. No, no, he's Squilliam. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. It was a good movie. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but what wasn't for me. Wasn't my favorite. My favorite movie of the year right now is definitely Dial of Destiny. That movie slaps. That movie's fantastic. I loved it a lot. So I think my two media things for this year are definitely going to be the Ahsoka show and Dial of Destiny. Absolutely loved it. Uh, what us your character in Indiana Jones? Rewind. But today we're gonna be talking about an unboxing. I brought all the fellas out for y'all to see. We're doing Dial of Destiny stuff, not Dial, just Indiana in general. This is pretty much my. Let me give you a look. Let me give you a good look at Okay, this is pretty much all the figures, except for the first one, just because for the dad. But collections so far, I'm everybody except for Belloc and Bear. And then I don't have any of the new stuff on pre-order yet for the Light Wave, but I definitely will. Definitely will be getting those pre-ordered soon. But we have another one to join the masses, and I think this is definitely the hardest figure to get out of all of these because other than just the Raiders Indy, it's the one that's like never in stock. And you never find it in stores, and it's been such a pain to get. But shouts out to the homie Sidequester for finding this in store and sending it over as I almost flashed my address. Very well. This dude has got elite packaging. Every time he sends something, it's got like nice bubbles to it and stuff. Elite packaging. But finally, short round. Finally, short round. This is the one I've been hunting for the most. I have not been able to find it anywhere. I've never seen it on shelves, and I think it's just because Kai-Hu Kwan, or I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I hope I am. He's kind of in the limelight again, so everybody's like, "Oh, shorty, we got to get a short round figure." So no, this one has been the hardest to get, and this is the first I've done anything that has a build the figure, build the thing, and completed all of it. So I got all the other pieces of the build artifacts here with me, so I can put it all together because I've never done that before. So that'll be a first for me. So let's get this bad boy open. And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before and I've talked about it. Where Hat can buy. Rewind. What's Dial of Destiny? Is that a Hallmark movie? Yeah, most people are asking that same question. What is Dial of Destiny? I didn't know that it came out yet. Blah, 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 blah. It's a really good movie, and if you didn't see it in theaters, I'm pretty sure it just left, so you really missed out. It was such a good movie. Here's a look at the inside of the box. Here's short round, a teeny tiny little space with a gigundous build-a-figure section of the back of the skull. Oh, that's kind of nice. It houses all the accessories, so that's kind of cool. The one thing that's cool about this is that this is the only thing that comes with a an Indiana Jones hat, like just loose. So it's like you can kind of like give it to one of the ones that don't have a hat, like the hypnotized Indy or the one with the shield. You can give it to. It's not going to sit on their head correctly just because of the size difference. So yeah. Careful, the accessories are tiny. I'll eat them all. Thoughts on handsome Squidward? I'm him. You see the resemblance? I'm him, bro. So all right, y'all. Here he is. Here is Shorty, short round, shortums, shortest roundest. This is cool because he has a soft goods jacket, and I know lots of people online are being like, "Oh, it stinks because it's big and it's baggy and it doesn't look good." Well, it's also big and baggy on short round in the movie, so it makes sense. And I actually kind of like it just because it provides more posability to his figure, and of course, he comes with his baseball hat. I don't know if it's supposed to be for the Yankees or something like that. But you can put on forward like he's just chilling, or you can put on backward like it's the beginning of the movie and he's driving the car with the wooden blocks strapped to his feet. Personally, oh, and that's why he comes with the Indiana Jones hat because you can also put the Indiana Jones hat on him. But I'll probably just stick with the New York hat, just because it's his iconic look, and I got it. He's got a couple looks throughout the movie, but the ones I want to give him is I want to give him the voodoo doll, just because it's a teeny tiny little Indiana Jones voodoo doll that's made for string Imba Jones. So then I finished watching it last night. They got to the it's like Marrakesh or something. I can't remember the name of it exactly. They got to the where the bad guys live, and I passed out right before they all ate dinner. So I'll give him the oh, I should probably put the knife in the other hand so he doesn't drop it. I'll give him the knife because I like my fellows to be ready for action, and give him the voodoo doll in this hand. So yeah, that's short round, everybody. And that is yeah, this was the one I was trying to look for the most. So now the only ones that I need that are still out are the Belloc, Marion, Tot, and then I need the 2 packs that are online of Marcus and Belloc with the hat, and I think there's one more that I'm missing. I'm not gonna get. Okay, I say that, but I might. There's the Raiders set that has the like the statue where the golden idol sits on from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I might get it, but it's the exact same figure as the other Indiana Jones. So I might just get it and keep it in the box. Not 100% sure. Let's put the build the figure thing together real quick, since with the build an artifact. I don't have all the pieces to the arc yet, and I would like to, just because the arc is really cool, very neat, very nice. And then I've heard that the stones are a little bit hard to get it, and it's already inside. Okay. Okay, yeah. It seems like the stones are going to be a little bit of a pain to get in there and have them sit all nice. But at least got one in the nose. Now he looks like a silly little jack-o'-lantern. See if I can get one of them in the eyes. No. Oh well. But yeah, I got the build a figure now. I'll put the hat on the snake. That's so dumb. Okay. But yeah, so now my Temple of Doom slash Dial of Destiny wave is complete. Basically, I have nothing to hunt for in stores left, just because this was the last piece of the puzzle. So very cool, very nice. Another one I got from Mr. Sidequester was, I got this guy, one of the brothers from Last Crusade. Um, he's fun because he comes with actual guns that are like guns, um, rather than just like the revolver and offhand stuff. So, yeah, very cool. Do I collect any of the classified figures in by the GI Joe classified? Not really. I've seen there's that pack of Snake Eyes and like the wolf, and every time I see it, I'm like, that's really cool. But I've never been able to put my foot down and like actually buy it, so I don't really think I'm gonna at this point. Uh, Short Round was acquired in the sequel to Sidequester and the Angry Collect. Yeah, the one that wanted to kill you. After he saw that you got the goods the first time, and then he was like, "Aha! I got this Dial of Destiny indie that was just swinging on the show." It seems like Targets are getting like good stock of the Indiana Jones stuff. It's just they don't put them out because every time the time before I went last, they had um 4 Helenas on the pegs, just 4 of them. And then last time I went, they had only 1 Helena, and then they had 2 Temple of Doom indies, and then 1 Dial of Destiny indie. And then when I went yesterday, they only had 1 Temple of Doom indie left. So it seems like they're moving him like really fast. Like it's really surprising. I I thought this line was dying because the product wasn't selling well. It seems like it's selling phenomenally, actually. Um, I think it just isn't. They're not keeping up with it because the movie didn't do good, which is really, really upsetting because I loved the film. I think everybody should. If you didn't like the film, you're dumb. If you didn't like it, you're dumb. I loved it. I thought it was so cool. Um, and I actually think probably my favorite figure in the wave right now. It is the Dial of Destiny Indy. I love this figure. Not only just because the likeness is so good on it. For an old man Indy, I think it looks great. And I like the backpack, how it feels like it's tailored to sit on him, and there's like no issues with it. And they fix the whip and they have it pegged to his side rather than the little crappy rubber thing that goes around that it's just terrible. I think this is the best figure in the wave, and not just because of the new movie. I absolutely love this. It definitely that crown would go to the Temple of Doom indie, if it wasn't for a couple things with him. One, his expression is kind of like the likeness is great, except for his expression, where his like teeth are kind of popping out a little bit, looks a little bit wonky. Of course, he has a little dangly belt thing that never likes to plug in and hold the whip, never likes to stay in place. Same with the holster for his revolver doesn't like to stay in. But I can't get this figure to stand on his own, like for the life of me. Like he will not stand up. So I have when I met Luke Monster at ICC, he gave me a 3D printed figure stand, and I've been using that to keep my Temple of Doom indie standing. But I do love the details. This is my favorite Indiana Jones movie, probably. And I like the slices in the back. Like that's a detail that you just didn't have to do, but I'm so glad that you did. And he's buff Indy. It's such a good looking figure. Um, so I love that one a lot too. But Dial of Destiny is probably taking the cake for me right now. Just mostly because the new movie is out and I'm like super excited about it. They definitely could just tweak it a little bit and they could give me a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull indie. They could use the same head sculpt and I would be okay with it. I just want a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull wave because I want a Mutt Williams figure. Please, for the love of the Lord Almighty, give me a Mutt Williams figure. I'd be so happy with it. I know Shia LaBeouf is the greatest person alive, and I know people really hate his performance in that movie for some reason. I never really got it, but I like that movie. I like it a lot. Everyone, you're not entitled to your own opinion. Correct. If you didn't like Dial of Destiny, you're dumb. Hasbro's pretty tough for not selling Power Rangers month this month. I think they're pretty smart. I hate Power Rangers. um, I had no clue that Power Rangers month was a thing. I'm glad I didn't know it was a thing because I would have been making fun of it all month. Well, I still got a whole lot of month to go. Dial Destiny Indie is kind of the best. Do you think the Last Crusade Indie will be even better? They've improved on him every single time he comes out because it's new tooling almost every single time. Like even like in things that you could definitely get away with, like the pants on this Indie could definitely just be the same as the ones on this, but it's not. It's different sculpt every time, and it's like really, really impressive. So it's I definitely think it will be better. I think it'll have the best likeness and I think it'll that's the thing. Me and you were talking about this. The Last Crusade Indie has the tie, and I always kind of hated the tie and how it looked on him. I always thought it looked goofy, but it's kind of like how MCU movies do now. Like everybody has like a slight change in costume between films, so he's got to have a slight change in costume for the last film, and he doesn't have the tie on the entire time. So I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the Henry Jones senior figure. I definitely want to get a my Voller figure. I definitely want Voller, and the Puss in Boots figure is a must too. And I also have been saying this that the kid that plays Henry in the film, I would be very mad if I was him, and I would feel like I was robbed and I didn't get an action figure because he didn't get one yet, and he should have come out in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull wave. They could do Indie Mutt. They can do a different Marion. They can do a Mac. They can do the lady that looks like the Russian lady that looks like Arinda Price, and I would have bought two of her because I would have taken her head off and put it on an officer and made an Arinda Price figure because I want one because Rebels is so underrepresented in the Black series, and I hope that gets changed in the Ahsoka show. But it's just I want another wave of this. I want the series to continue. I want as problematic as it would be to make. I think the German soldier figures would be really cool. The bad guys from Marrakesh and Temple of Doom that wear the red robes. Maybe not the big bad guy because he's like really offensive nowadays. But like he would be cool. Yeah, that's the one thing about this line that's kind of meh is villains are so underrepresented. Because like, look, in this collection that I have right here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 figures, one of them is a bad guy. One of them. And it is this guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Let me read the box real quick. I know it's Walter Donovan. I don't know why I forgot it. He's also a Imperial officer in The Empire Strikes Back for like a little bit. So, in my opinion, Rebels is the best Star Wars TV show. It is peak. It really is. It's such a good show. I absolutely love it. I'm rewatching it right now, just preparing for the Ahsoka series, and I finally got to season 3 where Thrawn starts showing up, and I'm like, oh yes, the Blue Man, the Blue Man. I'm so excited for the Ahsoka series. It's like what, 12 days away now? Yeah, 12 days away. So we're getting there, single digits, and it's very nice. It's very cool. I get to look at my Rebel shelf with a signature from the entire cast, and you guys are in for a real treat this coming episode because we're gonna be talking to Hera Syndulla herself, Vanessa Marshall, on the show, and this is I'm so excited. And make sure that's another thing. If you didn't watch the entirety of last episode, you probably didn't hear this because we are talking to her. Those in our Patreon in the Patreon chat, you get the chance to ask her a question. As long as it's appropriate and it's not like, oh, do you like feet or do you like jars? As long as it's not something like that, we're gonna ask like on your behalf, we're gonna ask her a question for you guys. So excuse me. It's gonna be really cool. I'm super, super excited. I'm hoping because we have her on, we can eventually get the rest of the Rebels cast on. Maybe not Steve Blum. He'd probably be really hard to get on just because of how big he is outside of Rebels. But I definitely want to get Taylor Gray on. I definitely want to talk to Taylor because Ezra is a peak character. I feel like Freddie Prinze Jr. would also be really hard to get onto a show just because he's also like he's not just a Star Wars actor. He's like an actor. He's pretty big in like other spheres. Not to say that Vanessa Marshall isn't big in her own right. She's an amazing actress. It's just I didn't meet Freddie Prinze Jr. in person, so I feel like it'd be harder to like actually talk, like get him to come on the show. I was at Target today, and they had so many Cad Bane Con Vanth 2 packs on the shelf. Yeah, I thought those were gonna fly away the second they got stocked. I've seen a lot of those. I've seen a lot of the Luke Skywalker Grogu packs, but for what they are, they're pretty expensive. So I think people are just like, oh, they're gonna go to Ollie's. I'll wait. So I think that's what people are doing. I'm also seeing a lot of those TVC Boba Fett's at Target. I think people are also like standing up against the Boba Fett tax, or people just don't like it. I've had a mass amount of them for quite a while, so it doesn't seem like we're getting a whole lot of new Star Wars product moving in and out. But oh well, oh well. And I assume everybody at this point has seen that the new Moff Gideon hot toy has gone up for sale. It's up for pre-order with his armor from season 7, and it looks pretty cool. I'm not going to be picking it up because I don't necessarily need it. I'm still waiting for this dude to go up for pre-order, the Hot Toys Indie, but I'm worried that because he's been on this like waiting list like for so long, I'm afraid that he's not going to come out because there's other like sideshow like shows off products that just don't come out. Um, they usually get shown off at cons because especially like this Tony Stark is already up for pre-order, and the black symbiote suit Peter Parker is up for pre-order. And these guys are up for pre-order. I have no idea what they're from, not a clue, but they're up. Got a League of Legends thing, got the Miles and Peter Parker from the new Spider-Man game. It's like they're all up. Even Supergirl from The Flash is up for pre-order, and that movie was dog water. So I think I'm just I hope because it's the same thing with the John Wick figures. They have shown off John Wick and Kane from John Wick Chapter 4, and those are I'm also like if John Wick goes up, I'm getting him because they only did him for John Wick 2. They and the face sculpt was horrible, so I passed on it. And now it looks phenomenal because they just did the Neo from the Matrix one, and that one turned out really really good. It just looks like Keanu Reeves. So then they basically took the base of that sculpt, they gave him new hair, John Wick suit, amazing. Gave him a ton of guns. It looks great. And the John Wick franchise is another one of those things that I absolutely love. If you've watched for this channel for any amount of time, you've heard me gush about John Wick. I love it. I love those movies. So, and the only John Wick thing I have, other than my busted fake Microtech, is I have a custom AliExpress custom Mafex John Wick that looks really rough on the face paint job, but it looks like Keanu Reeves in a suit from a distance, so it's fine for me. From John Wick 2, it's something to have on the shelf. I have a figure of John Wick. I'm mint. I'm good. But that hot toy would be elite, and I really want the Indiana Jones one just because it's he's one of the cornerstones of my childhood, and the figure looks too good to pass up. Real leather jacket, boots, whip. It's not going to degrade over time like they've seen problems with the pleather stuff on like the Hot Toys Darth Vaders and everything else that has any sort of leather goods like a belt or anything like on my Anakin. I'm pretty sure that belt is plastic, but the boots on it are pleather. Those boots are going to go eventually. So you're just gonna start to chip off. Especially, I need to get like a dehumidifier and a place to store it. Um, uh, so yeah, would love a helmet collection tour at this very moment. I mean, I could do a brief one with how much I don't know how much slack I got on the camera here. See how much I can reel out, just because it's coiled up. So let me uncoil this real quick. Let me uncoil it for your viewing pleasure. All right. So, hi everybody. Welcome to the vlog now, I guess. So, real quick, if I'm going over this, up top we got all the Mando helmets. Well, it's really hard to orient this. Got all the Mando helmets with the Proto Boba Episode 5, Mando Loyalist, Dark Trooper, Inferno Trooper, Stormy. We got the updated Darth Vader helmet right here. The old like first release one that's sitting in that's in my room actually on my display. It's in like the next room over. We got the First Order Trooper, Kylo Ren, which is a really really cool one. I like it a lot. So the Mando, Poe Dameron, Luke Skywalker, and I believe that's Wedge at the very end. I don't remember off the top of my head. Because I'm not a big Rebellion guy. I was never a huge guy out for the original Rebellion people. So that's there. We also have this. This is the Captain Rex Hasbro helmet that came out a very long time ago. Next to that is my dad's 501st helmet that he made. Next to that is the 332nd Trooper helmet that we opened up on the show not too long ago. This thing is really cool. I like this a lot. It looks phenomenal in person with all the different paint and all the weathering and stuff. We also got Captain Cardinal. And for those of you that don't know, Captain Cardinal is from the Black Spire books. Excuse me, it's a phenomenal read. I read them right before I was supposed to go to Galaxy's Edge, but I didn't. COVID happened. So then we also down here, right next to the Lord and the Saint candles of all three of us. You just got to show those off. Thank you to Hybrid for making those. We have my Bad Batch Echo helmet. I made this not too long ago. So we got that. We have a record done by my dad. We have another Proto Boba. We have Book of Boba Fett Boba, another Hasbro helmet, and then we have 2 more Hasbro helmets down there and a Bo-Katan. So that is really quickly the helmet tour of the room in here. Oh, also over here, like up on the top next to our lights, we have a pilot from Titanfall. So that's from the Titanfall 2 pre-order collector's edition. If you're into that, that's also a helmet. So I guess it counts. Okay, so there's your helmet tour. I hope you enjoyed it with my awkward camera. I don't have like a viewfinder on this, and I'm like looking over my shoulder, make sure it looks good while I'm doing that. Is the Hot Toys Qui-Gon still available? I don't think so, to be honest. You'd have to check the website for that one. I don't immediately see it. Oh, the Hot Toys Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars, super good. Clone Commander Fox, super good looking. Hasbro lets you pick one more Indie Adventure series to be put in production. What do you choose? If it's one figure, just one last figure, it's a Mutt Williams. That's the last one I want. Like, truly want. I think having an Indiana Jones line and ignoring his existence just because of the actor or just because the movie is like, people don't like it, I think it's stupid. I think it's really, really stupid. He's a pivotal person in Indy's life because it's his son, and he's one of his driving factors in Dial of Destiny because I can't say anymore because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it. But yeah, I would do a Mutt Williams if I could have my one last wish, it would be him. You should get the Mezco one. 12 John Wick. I'm just saying the Mezco John Wick. Are you saying like Mezco John Wick chapter 1 and 2? John Wick Mezco. Gotta look that up real quick. Looks a little goofy, if I'm not gonna lie. I think it looks a little. Man's looks a little silly. I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen the Hot Toys John Wick? Let me look it up. Hot Toy Chapter 4. It looks phenomenal. Looks absolutely wonderful. Yeah, there he is, the new Hot Toy one. I don't know how well it's coming into. It's not coming into focus at all, really. Oh well, but you get the idea. It looks really, really good, and I would like it. I would like it very much. I would like to own it. I would like to own it. Oi, hi, Dawn. Oya later. I don't know how to. I'm gonna mispronounce it. Oya, Amanda. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Hey guys, I'm Jacob, and this is the 1313 Crib. We're gonna do another collection tour eventually. We were hoping to do it when we hit 1,000, but we gotta. There's a bunch of miscellaneous stuff around the room that on this side it looks pretty okay. On this side it's a little bit cluttered right now. So we got there's some shelves over here that we're gonna take out and replace with actual shelves, so we can move some stuff that's here over there. Get a whole lot more organization going on between everything. Have shelves from the roof to the ceiling to the floor again. So it'll look all nice and pretty, especially we have like vehicles and lightsabers and exclusives. And I have the Lego Queen Anne's Revenge and Black Pearl up there that I need to I don't use them anymore. I need to either just break them down and sell them because I know they're going for a little bit right now, but I'm missing pieces. So I can't really I'll find somebody that wants it. My girlfriend absolutely loves Pirates of the Caribbean, so maybe let's just give them to her. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Love it. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the helmet tour. Okay, now go through each of the figures in the room individually. No. I can maybe spare to do that for the top shelf. Bottom shelf would be a pain, and that's not even counting all of the figures in this stack that goes 3 boxes deep and along the roof and everything. That would be That would be absolutely crazy. Unlimited power. I have quite a few power. I don't think that was the correct John Wick. I hope not, because it looked a little crazy and it looked a little goofy. Oh, they're saying Blue Beetle is the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. Yeah, right. From the trailers and all this stuff, I'm not even gonna give it a chance. It looks terrible. I have no connection to the Blue Beetle character at all. I think it looks goofy. It looks like they're trying to do Spider-Man Homecoming as a DC film and have like this. Oh, they're doing the same thing that they did with the Flash, which is really annoying because they're gonna have one character that's main trope is being an awkward kid learning how to deal with these powers and also be a kid at the same time. But this time the dynamic is more of his family than his friends. It's like it, you already tried to do it with the Flash. Don't try to do it again with Blue Beetle. Just because the Flash's thing is like, I'm awkward and I'm learning how to use my powers. And now Blue Beetle's like, I'm awkward and I'm trying to learn my powers. It's like, yeah, guess who also did that? Like on three separate occasions. Marvel did it. Marvel did it. Marvel did it with Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home. And guess what? There's probably another Spider-Man movie coming out, as well as Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, because that is the best character to do it with, because Peter Parker is the most, and Miles Morales are the most relatable characters. So just you trying to do it again with Blue Beetle and just trying to, even the Blue Beetle suit in this movie looks like the Iron Spider. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop now because I think the movie looks like trash. Also, thank you so much to Commander Cook for the donation. My phone is at 3%. I'm going to dip. Kiss you later. Thank you so much, dude, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the helmet tour. And thank you so much for the super chat. This is a wonderful, wonderful time just to remind everybody that we have super chats now. We have super chats. So if you want to help out the podcast with a little something, something, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's take that down. Later, Cook. However, the Batman was very good. The Batman is one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie is fantastic. I absolutely love that film, beginning to end. I think it's perfection. People cry about it because it is because it's a longer film, but that's another reason why I like Dial of Destiny so much and why I think it's better as a finale film rather than Rise of Skywalker. It's because it takes its time to breathe and let things just happen. I hate it when films just rush and compact everything, and I feel like I'm on speed and cocaine and like just sitting there like I'm on a roller coaster for the entire film. Like I don't want to feel like that. It's another reason why Oppenheimer is so good, because things just play out and they just breathe and they take their time to play out. I don't feel like I'm jumping from here to here to here to here to here to Mars to space to Jupiter to Venus, and I'm going all over the place, and all the things are happening all at once. I'm getting really tired of that because we had a couple things in a row that were just like way too fast. And pretty unremarkable. The final Jurassic World movie kind of suffered the same fate, where the pacing was a little bit too fast. They tried to do a little bit too much all at once with having the legacy characters and then the original characters and their stories not mixing whatsoever until like kind of at the end. So it was like is it's a movie that one was, at least it was okay, but it was still a little bit disappointed. Am I excited for Dune 2? No. I watched Dune 1 without any context. I never read the books, I never did anything, I never heard anything about it. I went into it knowing that this was an inspiration for Star Wars, and lots of things that were from this were made into Star Wars. I knew that Oscar Isaac was naked. That's all I knew about the movie. So I went into it blind and I watched it in its entirety. And not only did it drag, it was just not very interesting. The entire movie is 3 hours of setup for Dune 2, though. So I feel like I already did the legwork for the setup. I think I'm ready for the payoff. So I might watch Dune 2 just because I feel like I'm owed my time, because Dune 1 was nothing but setup. I feel like the both of them would be better as a tandem, as one long film rather than two separate ones. So I'm gonna see it. I don't know if I'm gonna see it like in theaters. I probably will, but I don't think I'm gonna see it like immediately. I'm not at the edge of my seat like ripping and tearing, like excited to see this movie like I was with Indiana Jones. So excited enough that I saw it 7 times. This movie is it's a big studio release that's going to come out, and I think overall it's not going to do too well. I don't hear anybody really excited for Dune 2. I've barely heard any. It's like Dune 2 is coming out, nobody's really excited for it for what I hear, and then that Wonka movie's coming out with Timothée Chalamet as well, which I don't know why that exists. I think it's again, it's just another useless movie. Like, who cares about the origins of Willy Wonka? We have two Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movies already. Why do I need another? I didn't like the first one that much. I didn't. The second one isn't that memorable, other than the scene with all the squirrels that they actually trained to break nuts and put into a thing, and they trained 44 or 41 squirrels to do it. That's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, I just don't really care that much about a Willy Wonka sequel, prequel, whatever it is. So it's just not something I'm gonna go see. It's something that exists. And I bet just because Timothy Chalamet is in it, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do okay, at least. I think it'll break even. I don't think it'll skyrocket. Um, Same thing with Mission Impossible. Didn't really do too well. I think the one thing that's annoyed me about the new Mission Impossible, I haven't seen it yet. I was going to, and then I didn't, and then I might go see it sometime soon. Was the entire movie felt like they were just advertising the one base jump that they did, where he rides the motorcycle off the cliff and then does the wingsuit. That they advertised that stunt so hard that I feel like I already saw it. I feel like I already saw him do the stunt. Um, so I'm not as intrigued to see that movie, and the fact that it's a part one and two, um, I don't know. I don't know. Who is my favorite Spider-Man actor? That is the toughest question I think I could possibly answer because I grew up with Tobey Maguire. The first movie I can clearly remember seeing in theaters was seeing Spider-Man 3, and there's the scene where Venom is on the scaffolding, and I remember Jackson had to leave the theater because he was scared. But then again, remember we were like toddlers, so Venom was pretty scary. But I feel that's another one of those characters that I think sparked my love for the color black and like evil and dark things, because I absolutely loved that movie. But so I grew up with those. And then I moved on to Andrew Garfield, and I thought Andrew Garfield was the coolest. I think his Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit is better than Amazing Spider-Man 2 with the yellow eyes. I will forever think that is the coolest Spider-Man suit. I think it's really cool. But I think overall the best is Tom Holland, just for a little bit of both, and especially with him being mixed into the MCU. I think he's done the best job of feeling like an awkward Peter Parker, but also being like a witty Spider-Man. I feel like it's the best of both worlds. So I might have to give it to Tom Holland, which pains me a little bit because Delilah obsesses over Tom Holland sometimes. Um, but I guess I would say him. Jacob is on what we in the industry call a classic film student rant. I did the exact same thing. You got me started. I don't know why get me started if you didn't want me to speak my piece. It classic film student rant. I mean, I am a film student and I do be ranting, but and again, I feel like everybody that likes movies and is like obsessed with film, whether or not they're in like a film industry or not, I feel like they do the exact same thing. So who cares? My film professor ranted to me about why the Lord of the Rings movies suck and why Tolkien was basically a fraud. He wasn't a good author, and I had to sit there and I had to take it and just go, yeah, yeah, okay. Um, and then I immediately then went that night to go see the extended cut of Return of the King, which was a 4 or 5 hour movie, and went by like that. It was awesome. It was so good. So uh What's film school like? Film school is like normal school, but if you like film, you really, really enjoy it. Just because you're sitting in a class and you're doing a lot of learning, especially when it comes to like just like camera op stuff and like the basics of like how camera focus works and what ISO is and aperture and like what you should do and like how to deal with focal compression. Like if you want there to look like there's a lot more depth, you kind of got to get closer to your subject and not just stand far away and zoom in because then everything goes in your lens. So it's a lot of things like that on paper, but then there's also a lot of tactile learning stuff. Like, for instance, the lighting setup in the podcast room right now, it's not the greatest, but it's the best I can do with the limited amount of space I have. I have a 3-point lighting setup with a key light, which is supposed to be your main brightness, a fill light, which fills in the darkness of this side that's a little bit dimmer, and then I have a backlight that's supposed to separate me from the background. It's a basic 3-point setup. It would be better if I had like a miniature light, like a LumaCube back here shining directly on the back of my head. For me, Jackson, and Tommy, that would really separate us from the back. We're getting the 1313 sign back, and it has lights on it now. Thank you to Commander Bly for doing that for us. We really appreciate it. So that'll help give us a little bit of separation from the background. But it's learning things like that. It's a lot of just doing, which I love, because it's like you're given a prompt, you're given these constrictions, and you're given a time strain. And then you're like, you have to be creative in this amount of time, and then just go and do it, which I like doing. Sometimes I find it hard to really challenge myself to do something unless I have like a very strict deadline to it. Um, and of set parameters. So if I have like say a script, I can follow the script, but and although I can interpret it in my way, I'm still stuck to these guidelines, and I have to do this and I have to do this. It's another reason why acting is kind of fun, especially like for these projects, because I can be a little bit more loose, but I still have to like follow these set parameters that other people are setting for me, which is, excuse me, which is good and bad at the same time. Um, but no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I know lots of people in the industry just don't go to school for this, but it was I feel like over anything, especially on the editing side, this has given me lots of skills that I wouldn't have had the discipline to teach myself on my own. Um so it's um helping me with that. So I absolutely love the going to school. It's the same school that Dave Filoni went to. It's Edinburgh University, Pennsylvania. I absolutely love it. Um, there's posters all over the walls for works that different alumni has done. There's posters for The Mandalorian and for Rogue One. Batman, I think it's Batman Begins has a poster in there. There's yeah, it's cool. So we have some accomplished alum, and I'm hoping to be among them someday, and I don't just get stuck filming weddings, because I would cry if that was my legacy. But no, I love it. I love it a lot. Tell me about lenses size and their effect on depth of field. Off the top of my head, couldn't tell you. Off the top of my head, couldn't tell you. That's one of those things. I have like this quick book that it's like my notebook that I take all my notes, and I have like very regimented like things like this does this, this does this, and it's like when I shoot, I always have it with me, and I use that as a reference guide for everything. It's like all like perfectly annotated. I'm probably gonna like shrink it down and either put it in my phone somewhere or get like a smaller notebook for it, because I just keep it on me. Um, because my brain isn't that big. It's filled with too much Star Wars information to memorize the things that I should be memorizing at this moment in time. Um, did I like the Rise of the Beasts? Off the top of my head, I don't remember what that is. Time to look it up. Rise of the Beasts. Oh, the Transformers film. I didn't see it. I didn't grow up with Transformers. It was always like one of those things that was on the outskirts. I think I saw one of the Michael Bay Transformer movies, and I just I never got hooked onto it. I had like one or two transform. I had the Millennium Falcon Chewbacca Transformer 2-pack, like where it was Han Solo and Chewbacca, and you put the two halves together and made the Millennium Falcon. I had that, but I was dumb and I could never get it back together. So it always just kind of like was in this tandem tangle of almost Han Solo, almost the Millennium Falcon. It was bad. So I had those, but yeah, I'm not a Transformers guy. Tommy could probably tell you more. I don't think he went and saw it, but I know him and his dad like Transformers a lot. Um, Great theme song for Batman. Cool. I don't remember. Once again, don't remember it off the top of my head. If I listened to it, I probably recognize exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, I think the Batman themes across the board are pretty hype. I don't think there's ever been a bad Batman theme. Yeah, the Tim Burton Batman films with Michael Keaton has some of the most iconic music of all time. The Dark Knight is iconic in its own right, and everybody in my generation knows the theme for the Batman. It's like it's so booming and it's magnificent. Magnificent. Oh, I used to when I before I went to college, I used to think I wanted to be a composer. I was doing a lot of music theory. In high school, I did music theory and AP music theory. I thought I wanted to go into music composition, and then in order just to uh get into any sort of program, I needed to have like a list of pre-composed music that I've done in my free time. And it was like it was hard because I wanted to go to school to learn how to compose music because I didn't already know how to do it. I was fluent in I wouldn't say fluent, but I knew how to read sheet music fairly well, and I could sight read music fairly well. Just I can look at it and have a basic understanding of what the notes were as long as I had like a starting note. But uh yeah, they were like, you already have to like they were like, you have to know how to do this already to get into the program. And I was like, not for me, boss. That's not for me. So from there, I went into engineering because at the time I was still riding the one wheel a ton, and I was super electric and super interested in EVs, electric vehicles, and I thought I wanted to go down that pathway of learning. And calculus is not my friend for some reason. It doesn't compute. I can't figure it out for the life of me, which is really infuriating when in high school I was really good at math and I sucked at writing and public speaking and things like that. And I was like, I could get math done like that. Writing, it would take me forever. And the absolute second I graduated, it switched. I'm fairly well at public speaking now. I could write a 5-page essay in an hour if I really needed to. I can write fairly well and I can BS my way through anything. I'm terrible at math and I don't know why. And it's really infuriating because it's just like a flick of a switch, it's swapped. So uh either that or just the standards for math in my high school were really low and the standards for writing were really high. And then I just got a reality check when I left high school. But I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know where I was going with this. Anyway, so from work going to Gannon and doing electric engineering, I'm now where I am today, and I'm far more happy doing this than I was doing anything else. And I'm glad I made the switch. The longer lens elements are from the film plane. The more focus you have. I'm having a stroke reading this. That's another thing I'm still terrible at. I can't read out loud. So that's why if I see a comment and I go like, it's because I'm not going to read it out loud good. And I don't want to embarrass myself. I can't read from a teleprompter. Can't read from a page very well. But if I read it like 3 times over and then I say it out loud, I can say it. The longer the lens elements are from the film plane, the more focus you have. Objects aren't all technically in focus, but they are so close to the focal plane, the human eye accepts them as such. Okay. I think I understand what you said. I think I did. I think I did. You want to know what I want to get? I want to get remote monitors for cameras. I we had well not yeah, a remote monitor would be nice to have. Like I hang it here and have somebody doing camera op and I can just watch it and be like, do this better next time instead of having to like look over the shoulder, having one that's wire cabled on. I want to get my own camera stuff, but it's like, oh, collectibles are so expensive. I just can't help myself. If only I made more money, then life would be easier. Story of everybody in the world. Um, but you know what they say, more money, more problems. TLDR, big lens makes things look sharp. That's probably why my lens sucks. The only camera I have is I have a Canon T6 that has a 55 millimeter lens, and unless I'm like hugging you with it, it doesn't look good. So it sucks for anything that's like further than 10 feet away. It's great for figure photography because I'm like right there and I can just adjust it so I have like a really nice depth of field. But the low light on it, trash. Focus on it, trash. I want to get a Sony A7 III, which is like a $3,000 camera, and hope it's future proof. It's either that or I want to get a Blackmagic. I forget exactly the model I was looking at off the top of my head. I have it written down somewhere just because they're all like AX374X S Max circumcised configuration. It's like I can't memorize all that. So I want to get that. I want to get it's like GVM lights. I think that's what it is. I have them. I have the application on my phone because I was using it for school. Yeah, GVM lights. They're really nice. LED panels. I wanted to switch those out with these eventually, so I could control the color temperature in the room. Uh, just because having these blaring white fluorescents, it's nice to light everything up, but it kind of gets a little bit ugly, especially if I want to do like spooky stuff and have like different like moods for lighting. Then I can change those up. Are these cameras for stills or for videos? I want something that's good for both because, um, especially with where I am now, I'm going to be very much a commission artist. So I'm going to be working by I'm going to be doing gigs, and I need something that's going to be like a multi-tool. So the Sony A7 III is a good multi-tool because it's great at photos. And it's a mirrorless camera. So it's a full frame sensor. It's great at low light video. So, um, yeah. The new X-Men 97 basic figures are tiny. How so? Are they like 5 inches tall rather than 6? Or they just not look good? I'm pretty sure I've seen some of them on their card backs already, and they look pretty fine to me. Granted, I'm trying to move away from Marvel Legends, except for like the couple of things that I'd like if I see it and I need it and I have to have it, then I'm like, I'll get those. Like the Spider-Man 3 pack I got. Um, but I'm trying to move away from it, just because one, especially I'm diving into the Indiana Jones line, which is basically dead at this point. So I only got to worry about a couple more things. And I wanted to have that bolstered up, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm getting I got picky and I got tons of like Marvel Legends stuff like um right when Disney Plus show started coming out. I got a couple of the things for like those. I ended with the Moon Knight and Mr. Knight figures for the Marvel Legends shows, and then I got like the Spider-Man stuff, but I'm kind of moving away from it. The next thing I think I'm probably going to get from Marvel Legends is when they come out with a Deadpool and Hugh Jackman Wolverine for the Deadpool 3. I'll get those. And maybe if they change up the Loki figures for the new season, maybe I'll think about it. But I already have one, and I don't think I really need another. Have you ever thought about just getting an iPhone? I got a Google Pixel, and I love the camera on this thing. It is a beast, especially with the Google Lens technology behind it. It's fantastic. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm starting to lose my voice from talking so much. That's why I'm getting quieter. I'm getting quieter. I don't work tomorrow. Tomorrow, I got invited by my film professor and a couple other kids that are in my grade, in my well, not necessarily in the major, and we're all going to see. It's the 50th anniversary of Enter the Dragon, the Bruce Lee film, um, and it's going to the local theater, so we're all going to go watch it. So that'll be cool. I'm slowly diving out of Black Series figures and diving into the Classified series for now. I only buy the Clone Wars figures. Yeah, I'm a little bit more pick and choose about my Black Series. It's because for my personal collection in my room, it's the things I think are like the absolute coolest and like the must haves. And then we have this main collection that is like bottom line pretty much everything. Other than like repacked figures and like miscellaneous things. Like if I have for instance, Han Solo came out in the Galaxy Pack for Endor. I have him there. I don't need to get him on the card back because I already have that figure. So I'm getting like one of like each figure, but if it's like a release on the card back, unless it's like really cool, like the Clone Wars ones, then I'm not gonna get it. So and that's a jointed effort between it's mostly my father that does all this. This is like his collection. Excuse me, but I also have pieces in here that are mine that I use to bolster this room with as well. And I keep the only things I really keep in my room is if there's a rerun of a figure that's out here, or it's the Indiana Jones stuff, or it's Lego. There used to be a Lego shelf over there, but I took all the Legos out and I put it in my own shelf so we can put more Black Series in here. But I have like my Hot Toys Anakin, my Hot Toys Anakin. Those ones are absolutely mine. I paid for those, except for this one was a gift from Delilah. But this is part of the main collection room, just because it fits with the theme. So like things like that. 332nd Troopers are mine. I bought those when they first came out. So it's like I can like there's bits and pieces in here like that are mine, but together it's one conglomerate collection. So whoa, that should be a fun film experience. Have you ever seen Enter the Dragon? I have not. I've been. It's like one of those movies that's like on my bucket list to watch, just because I know of like the significance of what it did to its genre and action films at the time, and because Bruce Lee is like one of the goats, I just never got around to watching it. There's so many movies and there's so many TV shows that I have to watch. Like I've watched like the first 3 episodes of Breaking Bad. Can't get through that. There's too much of that. There's too much anime. There's too many movies I haven't seen. It's like I don't have all the time in the world just to sit down and watch new stuff. And plus, 90% of the time, I'm just rewatching things I already love. Like I rewatch Star Wars and like rewatch Indiana Jones over and over again. So I just lost one of the stones. Damn. Oh well, I'll find it eventually. Let me just get up and find it. Because if I forget about it, I'm gonna forget about it forever. Ah, I see it. Kind of blended in with the color of the carpet. But we got it in the bag. When does Hot Toys release Clone Wars Kenobi? I'm pretty sure he's up for pre-order right now. Unless you're talking about the sideshow Kenobi, that's in the Clone Wars animated style, which I think those figures are absolutely fantabulous. And if you don't have them, you should have them. They're freaking amazing. But the release is probably going to be towards either the end of this year or early next year. Yeah, he's up for pre-order right now. Expected to ship January through June of next year. Yeah, so yeah. Never been more embarrassed about all the films you haven't seen, dude. You got to get there when you'll get what? You're embarrassed that I haven't seen Enter the Dragon. Oopsie poopsie. It's I haven't seen that. If I haven't seen Kill Bill, I haven't seen Shawshank Redemption. I haven't seen Interstellar. I haven't seen the final Dark Knight movie with Bane in it. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. I haven't watched the entirety of Forrest Gump. I've never seen The Green Mile. I've never seen Blade Runner or Blade Runner 2099 or 2040, whatever it is. I haven't seen those movies. These are all movies that are on my bucket list that I want to watch, but I don't rent movies. It's either uh I don't rent them. If they're on a streaming service, I have almost all the streaming services because my dad pays for like 2 or 3, and I pay for like 4 or 5. Um, so I mean, like, if it's not on it, I'm not gonna go out of my way to pay money to watch just one movie if I'm paying like already so much a month to watch other movies. And even with all the streaming services, usually I only use them to pick and choose the horror movies that I want to watch around Halloween. So, um, uh, you shouldn't be embarrassed, is what I meant. Oh well. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. And I watched Citizen Kane. That's got to stand for something. I watched it in my free time before I was forced to watch it. Dark Knight Rises isn't the best, but it's okay. Dark Knight Rises isn't my favorite. Let's just go with that. Okay. I know that part of it was filmed in Heinz Field with the Steelers for like the Gotham Knights or whatever the football team is. It's actually the Steelers, so I think that's kind of cool. But yeah. Anyway, movies are cool. Indiana Jones is dope. Thank you again, Sidequester, for grabbing me this. Citizen Kane thoughts. When I first watched it, I was like, this movie sucks. I don't understand what the hype is about. And I was like, I don't understand why people are like, this is so groundbreaking. And then I realized, oh, the reason why it's so groundbreaking is because everything that this movie is what every other movie has become. In the way that like the story is told and the way that it's edited and the way like montage for showing character progression over time. There's lots of things in that film that were it was like the apex. It was the start of what most movies do nowadays for in terms of editing and telling a story, where you don't necessarily start at the beginning, you start at the end, you go back to it's like dramatic irony, where it's like you're just moving around the story and it's told from different perspectives and it's told from different ideas that convolute the story and its meaning. And then the very end of the movie is you finally find out what the meaning is and it seems meaningless. So it's like American Psycho. It's a movie that's left open ended, and it's like I like those types of movies. Um, so yeah, it's would I watch it again? Probably not. Do I respect it for what it is? Yes. Pee pee poo poo? Perhaps. Welcome your casual clone to the stream. Uh, what's your favorite Black Series figure besides Thrawn? I like Thrawn. I probably wouldn't say that he's my favorite Black Series figure just because the articulation is kind of garbo on him. Favorite Black Series figure of all time. That's tough. That's really tough. I like the Phase 1 ARC Trooper Fordo that we got in the Tarkovsky wave. I like that figure a lot. I like how chunky it is, but he still moves really well. And I think Phase 1 is better than Phase 2, so I like him a lot. That's a really fun figure. Dang. Favorites. Excuse me. I don't know, to be honest. I think I might just go with him. Because he's my favorite, like looking and like playing with all like overall for Black Series. I like him the most. I also like my Clone Wars Anakin. That figure is really cool too. I think out of the Black Series Anakins that we have, I think him and now the Force Ghost are the two bests. Um, um, let's go. Sunset being there. Sun, I'm like, are you? I don't know. Dawn, I love you. I love you for being here. You're speaking in hieroglyphics right now. I'm really confused. Are you saying Sunset Boulevard? I'm confused. So underrated, man. Because Foe's bitching his accuracy. I do probably yeah, I agree because people complain about like the pauldron and the size and the blah, 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 blah. I think it's a fun figure. It's really nice. It's one of my faves. The Mandalorian Loyalist is probably everybody's kind of go-to for like favorite, especially from last year, just because the posability is really good. I know one of my favorite figures in this line is the Halloween Clone Trooper with the skeleton. I have like I think 10 of them. My goal was I wanted to get 100 and I wanted to have them all like take over the shelf and attack everybody for Halloween. Um, uh, it's a fun figure. It's like I like I like the Halloween and I like the Christmas figures just because they're different and they're fun. Those are really good. Your favorite is episode 3 Obi-Wan Blue Box. Just admit it. That is the funniest thing you've ever said. that figure and the original episode 3 Anakin figure suck balls. Um, my favorite is Survivor Cal Kestis or Empire Vader. That Cal Kestis is really good. It's with figures like that, they're moving closer to figure arts level of quality. So I like it. I like it a lot. Sunset Boulevard is pretty good. Hollywood Classics. Okay, okay. I was a little confused. Film noir. Okay. Same era as Citizen Kane. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. I was really confused. I gotta watch American Graffiti. I might as well watch it because it's the anniversary, especially because it's Lucas's first film. It's again list of movies I gotta watch. It's like a mile long. There's just so many. Misa back. Welcome back, Commander Cook. If you didn't hear me say it already because you left, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it, dude. The Fablemans is pretty good. I'm pretty it's Steven Spielberg's movie about Steven Spielberg. I have to watch that as well. I didn't watch it in theaters just because the advertising wasn't super good for it, and it was just kind of like when it came out, the advertisement stopped, so I didn't realize it came out. So I was like, oops. Oops, I forgot to see it. LA Confidential. I remember you telling me about that film, and I still have to watch it or show. I forget exactly what it was, but you were telling me about this already. Have you ever had a haircut that you really wanted to try? Yes, I've always wanted to, especially now. I want to do a mullet. I want to do because like you'd be seeing dudes with mullets nowadays, and like they either look absolutely terrible and they look like they're from Hickville, or they look like baller. Like they look good. They look fly. So like not like a Theo Vaughn kind of mullet, but like what's his name? It's Max something. Let me pull this man up on the Instagrams. Let me pull him up. Max Taylor. If I'm getting a mullet, I'm trying to look like this guy, you know? I'm trying to look like this guy. He's got fantastic hair. And that's the thing. He's also a ginger with a mullet and it's kind of the same texture of my hair. So it's like, yeah, that would be cool. But I feel like to have a good mullet, you also have to have good facial hair. And I feel like I'm not there yet. I'm almost there. Everything's growing and even now. So, dude, that's what I'm aiming for. A mullet. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Mullets are never okay. To live and die in LA. Sus. I'm not sus because I want to try a mullet. I've been rocking. Of course, I'm gonna have hat hair. I've been rocking this for quite a while now, with just kind of like the floof on top and kind of keeping it short on the side. I'm getting it a little bit longer all around right now because I'm like, I didn't know if I want. Okay, every time we play Jedi Survivor, I play it with Delilah. She has the Anakin hair on Cal Kestis, and she keeps gushing about how hot it looks. So I'm kind of thinking it's like, should I grow my hair out to be a little bit longer? Because it used to be down to here, like when I was in 5th grade, and I looked like a little girl. But I want to like, do I grow it out again? Do I keep it? Do I cut it short right before the semester begins so I don't look like a bum? Do I keep it going and try to get? I don't know, man. Because growing your hair long is hard. Because when you try to, you get that really awkward phase where it looks terrible. You hit a point where it's just like nothing you do looks good. It always looks bad. You look like Anthony Padilla from Smosh, like when Smosh started. You look like that all the time. And it's like there's nothing you can do. And then it's like you feel weird wearing hats all the time. But at least I'm in college, so I can wear hats in class. But it's like long hair on guys looks strange in my opinion. Yes and no. Yes and no. I've seen some dudes pull it off really well. I've seen some dudes just not. I've seen some dudes not. Speaking of strange dudes, I got something to show you guys. So this happened at my mall today. Jackson sent me a video of this. Some dude went to GameStop and asked, "Excuse me, GameStop clerk, could I please exchange my PlayStation?" And when they said no because your PlayStation's broken, he started causing a scene and he pulled out a katana and started threatening people in the mall with his katana. So there's like an old dude in like the mall security all trying to like tell him to stop, and he's just not. At one point, he sets the sword down, takes off his shirt, and he's acting all tough. And then right about here is when justice comes. Come on in. Oh, picks up the sword. Police comes in, tases him to the ground, puts him in cuffs. It's like, yeah, so that happened at the mall today. So that's kind of funny. Um, my entire life is that awkward phase. I feel it, man. If anyone's curious, my next custom is going to be a stormtrooper specifically from Battlefront 2015. So it will have a bunch of customization options, back pieces, guns, etc. That's sick. That's very, very cool. It's very, very neat. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Based. Wow, glad you're okay though. I mean, I wasn't there. The people in the tattoo shop that did this took a video and sent it to Jackson's fiance, and she sent it to him, and he sent it to me. I didn't go to the. I work at the mall, but not at the mall. I work in a plaza connected to the mall that's on the same property, but it's not part of it. So it's like I'm at the mall, but I'm not at the mall at the same time. If that makes sense. Ooh, I'm 26 and I still don't have a GF. Hey man, listen. There's always hope. There's always hope. You just gotta don't sell yourself short. Don't lower them standards. Keep true to yourself, and it'll just happen. It'll happen. Don't go out searching. Don't go to the bars. Don't go to the clubs because that's not where you find the real ones. That's not where you find the keepers. Go to Target. Target has baddies. Baddies shop at Target. I would know. I'm a Target shopper. Ah ha ha. Ah ha ha. More money, more figs. I wish. Stolen valor. Me? Me? I'm like Willie from Temple of Doom. I'm losing my voice. I'm a singer. Welcome to the single middle-aged club, bud. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Listen. Listen. Stop. Look. Listen. You're gonna find it eventually. The keepers, as in plural, bro. There's more than one out there. There's more than one out there. You just gotta find them. And I'll tell you what, they're not making TikToks posting themselves in booty shorts. Those aren't them. Those aren't them. I saw some cute ones at TJ Maxx today. TJ Maxx shoppers are fiends, bro. I went to TJ Maxx today to try it. Okay, because I heard the streets be whispering that TJ Maxx is getting Halloween squishmallows, and there's one I've been looking for a while, and it's the Grim Reaper because I like things that are all about death. Like the only squishmallow I have is Gengar because like he's like the embodiment of ghosts in Pokemon. So I think he's cool, and I want to get like the skeleton, the cauldron, the pumpkin. And I want to decorate my room all like Halloweenish, Halloweeny. So because I like Halloween, it's my jam. So excuse me, I do be belching. It's the mac and cheese I made before this, but I went to TJ Maxx and they be fiending over there. They be finding like these shirts that look like dog water and like, oh my gosh, it's only $6. I have to get it. And it's like, no, you don't. You can save your money and not get that piece of garbage. The only thing I've ever found, I found two shirts there today. Actually, I found a Star Wars Visions shirt and I found like a shirt that was kind of like in the aesthetic of this. It was an acid wash of like the Empire Strikes Back poster, and there was like a black acid wash. I was like, that's a good gym shirt, but like it was still $12.99, and I'm like, I don't need it. I don't need it at all. So it's like, TJ Maxx is like 90% garbage. And there's the whole scandal a while back where they were just taking things and marking them as like on the thing of like our price is this, where it was actually the inflated prices, and then the prices that they were selling it at were the actual retail prices that other places were. So it was like, whole thing, whole thing, bro. Depending on what kind of GF you want, volunteer at charity. That's also a good thing. Go to a church, volunteer at things of people where they're pouring their heart into other people because you don't want because listen. My mom always told me this because people are always like, I need to get this girl that's lean and skinny and got like a huge butt and like this and that and then. Listen, a girl will look like that for only so long, but an ugly heart is forever. So like she might look good now, but if she's a mean now, she's gonna look ugly and be mean later. Like that's just how it works. So don't chase after the dimes just because they look like a dime. Because usually they know that they look like a dime and that's their only personality trait, and they're really mean. Find somebody that's really nice. And if they happen to be pretty, good for you. I lucked out. I got both. Delilah's the sweetest heart on the face of this earth. So you need find a quality woman that will respect you and let you collect your figures and support you. But don't come out the gate saying that you collect stuff because that'll scare them away. That's like fifth date, like 3 months in, then you tell them about it, and then it's a little bit harder for them to escape. Casual clone needs a casual GF. I wouldn't say casual. Let's go with serious. You gonna make a custom of that? Custom of what? I forget if I said something. A custom action figure of the TJ Maxx Fiends? Of course. Mac and cheese is my favorite food, dude. I make mac and cheese like mean as hell. Like I get the craft boxes and I disregard the instructions. I make it how I want to make it, and it's like peak. I make my noodles al dente. Jackson's like they're chewy. Jackson makes the worst pot of Kraft mac and cheese known to man because he follows the directions to a T because he's a robot, and it like comes out. It's like porridge. It's like mushy and like it's so gross. It's so gross. I might as well be eating baby food. It's just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. It's terrible. Jackson, if you're watching this, you make terrible mac and cheese. Old casual GF custom, honestly, a cool ID mail. Female casual body with phase 2 helmet. You can make her like how Commander Cook just made Jen those figures. Tommy's girlfriend made her the droids. You could always do something like that. That'd be fun. That'd be fun and fresh. You have to be satisfied with yourself first. Don't seek out a companion hoping that it will fix you. 100% correct. 100% correct. If you think you're gonna find something of yourself in somebody else, that's like no. No. You gotta be like, because then all you're gonna do is you're just gonna drag problems into the relationship that's gonna bog both of you down, and it's just more likely than not gonna end sooner. So yeah. Welcome to Jacob's Dating Tips on the Star Wars channel, where I was supposed to be talking about Indiana Jones things for today. I bring home 6 figures a month, dude. This month alone, I brought home 7 figures. 7 figures, all of them Indiana Jones. Makes the worst pot of mac and cheese. Nobody on the podcast has ever done drugs, and that's probably the biggest flex because we live in a society where everybody is like, it's okay, and we're just kind of like, nah. Plus, even if I even attempted to do anything at this point, Tommy would shoot me. New video series, Jacob's dating ... You beat me. Yeah. Ha ha. I got to it. If you want, here. Since we're talking about hot people, whoa, Harrison Ford on the hottie with a body. Rah, rah. This is a good figure. It looks really good. It's got a good head sculpt. Harrison Ford's got a nice bod on it. I saw a video of Harrison Ford training for Temple of Doom, and he was using the dumbbells with like the balls at the end of it for like the weight. And I'm like, ha, old dumbbell, hee hee. Anymore, I don't bring home like 6 figs a year. But I don't count customs. I make the best craft. You ain't making better Kraft mac and cheese than me, my guy. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Nobody can make it better than me. My Kraft mac and cheese is elite. It's elite. It is like the best. It's al dente. It's like the cheese is strong. It's not like all mushy and bleh and like a soup. It's good. My mac and cheese is peak. Nobody can beat me on that. So far, they're pretty good dating tips. I'm older than Dirt, and you've got a good head on your shoulders. Hey, let's not say that you're older than Dirt, Don. I believe you're still young at heart, young in spirit, young in will. I mean, I got 2 amazing parents that showed me how it's done pretty much my entire life. So I got a good head on my shoulders about that. I feel like, plus it's like I'm at the point in time in my life where I sit back and I watch everybody else doing their dumb stuff. Like even like now I've gotten to like the age where I realize that most adults still treat relationships like they're in high school. So it's like, oh well. More like Hottison Ford, am I right? Haha. Legitimately, you're gonna have to make me some. Well, if you come to ErieCon, I might just have to make a communal bowl of mac and cheese for everybody to try. And for everybody just to go, yeah, it's kind of made. Because my brother and my dad hate how I make it, but Delilah loves it. Delilah's mom loves how I make it. So it's like, I don't know. My mom likes how I make it. That's gotta count for something. I find it really awkward when they don't like any stuff Feel like I don't speak the same language. It is it's hard to find people, especially our age, that are actually into things. I've come to find, especially when I was at Gann in my first year of college. Most people there were into drinking and partying, and that was it. And it's like that's not really a personality trait that's good. Because like when you're not drinking and you're not at a party, and all you do is talk about drinking and partying, it's just low key. You seem like a loser, in my opinion. Like it's I don't know. The party mentality has never gotten to me. That idea of drinking my face off till I'm dead doesn't seem appealing to me. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, especially nowadays, there's a lot of people that they make their entire personality just, I like this and I go party and I sip at the Alcacholo until I black out. It's like, yeah, cool. Good for you. You have a fun time and then you wake up the next day and you feel like crap and then you regret it and you go, I'm never drinking again. And then you do the same thing next weekend. I watched that pretty much every single week for a semester when I was at that school. So it was not the greatest. Good mac and cheese starts on the stove, ends in the oven. Like, do you do like the crust? Like, do you do like kind of like a crust on top of it when you make it? Because I've seen people do that. Because I just do all on the stove and into the bowl and then into my mouth. Um, I like hiking, brunch, and hanging out. Every dating profile. Hiking is dope. Hiking is dope. I'm so excited for the fall to start, especially because back of my campus, there's a lot of different places to go hike, like within the vicinity of the campus, because it's like out in the boonies, kind of. So, I'm super excited for that. I love going outside and going for walks. Um, Never drunk, never will. Good for you, dude. I um, I turned 21 in December, so I'm definitely going to a bar for my 21st birthday, but it'll be my first drink, so that'll be fun. Um, yeah. If you wanna stay straight edge though, respect, respect. Just don't make that your personality trait, 'cause I guarantee you, nobody likes those people that make the fact that they don't drink their entire personality. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please, for the love of the Lord Almighty, don't do that. Yes, so we are talking about the crunch top tier mac. I've seen people do it. I've had it once or twice. I'm indifferent to it. I can go without, I can go with. It's like another layer to the mac and cheese kind of spell. Um, what's a good one-liner when talking to girls? Lando or Joey's from I don't really think there's a good one-liner in general. um, Unless your Riz is fantastic and like you just got like that aura around you, you just kind of like onto people. They never work. They like never work. Like maybe over text, like as a joke, kinda. But for the most part, don't use one-liners. Don't use pickup lines because, like, everybody's heard them. Everybody's heard all of them. And if you come out with one that nobody's heard of, it's probably because it's not good. So, um, just be yourself and be genuine, rather than trying to put on this facade that you got this overworldly Hollywood confidence to yourself that isn't true. Just be yourself. I like sculpted potatoes. You can put extra cheese and a little bit of breadcrumbs on top. Okay. Okay. I'm a fan of sweet potatoes, and that's about it. I don't know why. I'm not a fan of mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. Not that type of guy. And it's weird because I like tater tots, I like hash browns, I like French fries, I like everything else like potato related, but not potatoes in general. Good luck at your first bar. Everyone will try to get you to drink a lot. Be prepared. I'm totally prepared. I'm totally prepared for people to try to destroy me. And I'm fully prepared to say, no, I don't want that. Commander Evan, what's up? Welcome to the stream, my guy. We are talking about nothing of Star Wars right now. The stream started. I opened up the adventure series um, short round figure, and I was showing off pretty much everything adventure series that I got here, and I was going through talking about those. And now we've cycled, and we're just talking about whatever. Just joined. Welcome to the stream, my guy. That's the one reason why Spider-Man is the most relatable. Yeah, because he's got no riz. He's just an awkward kid, and most people, especially people in high school, are awkward and don't know what's going on and feel like they're an outcast. And that's why Peter Parker is such a good character, because he's vastly relatable. Anybody can see themselves in Peter, whether it's his more confident side when he's fighting or if it's his more nerdy side. It's like he's a character for everybody, and that's the way that Stan Lee really interpreted him and wrote him into existence. What do you think dating would be like in Star Wars? See, we brought it back. Okay. Dating in Star Wars would be, I feel like, super tricky because I feel like people in Star Wars, especially, like, I don't know. I don't know. You got to know different languages. There's a whole lot more cultures that you got to know. And if you're like not, you're like culturally insensitive. I feel like everybody like in Star Wars, like that's like really dating, unless you're like moving around and you're flying ships and stuff. You're just it's a lot like dating and like on Earth, swing and a miss until you find one in your local town that you settle down with, and then you stay on your planet because not a whole lot of people are traveling the whole time in Star Wars. Just the main characters that we all watch. What's your favorite Star Wars character and why? Straight to the point. Um, favorite character of all time. It's really, really hard to pick one. I always have like a three that I cycle through. Probably if I'm going for just flat out right now, it's going to be Thrawn. Thrawn is a fantastic character. I love the books. I love his presence in Rebels. I'm really excited to see him as Ahsoka. Childhood growing up, though, it's definitely between Anakin and Han Solo. Anakin for the prequel era, I absolutely loved him. I was an Anakin guy. Jackson was an Obi-Wan guy, and he's absolutely fantastic. I'm super excited to maybe see him in Ahsoka. It's like I feel like it's been leaked and like I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but if he's in it, I would be very happy. I love Anakin. And then Han Solo because he is also Indiana Jones, and I thought Han Solo was just like a really cool guy. I was like, oh, he's so cool. He's like the cool. He was like the cool guy. He's the cool kid. And then like the tandem of him also being Indiana Jones, especially like when I was growing up, I thought was super cool because then I was like, oh, he's the same guy, and he's in like my two favorite things. So, um, I absolutely love him. Or Lord of the Rings. I don't think I Samwise Gamgee is my favorite Lord of the Rings character because he absolutely carried that fellowship. Frodo would have definitely just taken the ring and gone away if it wasn't for Sam. He wouldn't have made it because Sam is his backbone. He's the true friend. Gotta love Sam. I like Sam more than I like Frodo. Everybody's got to find their Hera. And I'm gonna speak to Hera this coming Friday. Thrawn is mid. Anakin is better. I will take your point as valid when you spell Thrawn right. No hate, no shame, bro. But I got a Thrawn tattoo. Thrawn is an amazing character, especially if you read the books about him. I think it dives into who he really is. You're almost there. You're almost there. You almost got it. You almost got it. Anyway, I got. Oh, 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 for free. I know you guys. There you go. Here you go. This is an amazing bust too. It's really cool. It's sitting over there, but it keeps auto correcting. Oh, you're good. No problem, man. Throne is blue. Yes. What about coffee shops? Are we talking about like what coffee shop is good, or if coffee shops are a good place to go? If you like coffee and they like coffee, coffee shops are a great place to go. Local is more charming, but sometimes chain is better. I like Starbucks and I like McDonald's coffee. I think Dunkin' and I think Tim Hortons are just kind of mid, especially Dunkin'. I think it's really overrated. If I was America, I would not be running on Dunkin'. I like not a frap guy. I'm a latte guy. I like caramel lattes. I think they smack pretty hard. But I'm also a fan of the pumpkin spice. I know. I'm a basic white girl in the fall. The second it becomes fall, I put on my flannel and I drink my pumpkin spice latte. But it's so good. It's so good. I can't help it. It's just so yummy. Prawn. Um, no, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. Anakin is a fantastic character. I think Thrawn is also a fantastic character. Thrawn is a character that I've recently come to love the past 2 years, and I think that's why I like him so much. Because if his character is so good that it trumps being an Anakin and a Han Solo love from nostalgia and growing up, it's a good character then. So I find him really interesting. I'm a Thrawn completionist now. I'm working to get every single product, aka Thrawn product, on the market. I have the Black Series. I have the San Diego Comic Con Black Series. I have the Gentle Giant San Diego Comic Con Jumbo Kenner Thrawn. I have the Power of the Force Thrawn, and I just got the easiest one. It was the Rogue One kind of Rebels figure for Thrawn, the 5.1. Looks ugly as heck, but I had to get him for just the completionist. So all I need left is just a 2-pack of him and Talon card with the Heir to the Empire comic. I need that, and then there's 2 Gentle Giant statues. 1, 2. I have that the mini bust. I think there's one more. There's the one of him sitting in the chair that's up for order right now. I still have to get, and then there's a sideshow Thrawn that's really hard to get. I'm probably not gonna get him unless like some strange stroke of luck I find him for like cheap. Um, and then there's an itty bitty Thrawn, which is like a little plushie that was the Star Wars Celebration exclusive for not this year but last year. And then there's like a posable dummy from Galaxy's Edge. I gotta grab that. And then there's the Funko. And the Funko is gonna be the hardest one to get. I already have the Lego set. The Lego set was I found it at a local place for like $100 sealed. And I said, ooh, and I popped it open and I built it because why not? Um, so I have that, and he's pretty hard to get. So I'm almost there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's spelled, yeah, you're good. You got it, man. Blue prawns crew. Yep, prawns. Prawns. If you made a Lucasfilm project, who is a character that would absolutely not be used? Absolutely not be used? That's really easy. I could say a lot of people that wouldn't be used because the one I want to do the most, what I want to do the most is I want to adapt the Star Wars Death Troopers book into live action and make a Star Wars horror film because those books are fantastic. So if I'm saying a character that I would use, Han Solo is in those books. Well, in that book, he's like comes in halfway through. So I'd use him. It's like before Episode 4, and it's really cool. Can you join? Sure. Tell me about Comic Con. Tell me about Comic Con. You have the email. Shoot me an email real quick. I'll let you in here because I want to hear about your experience meeting Katie, and I know Hybrid is probably also in the same room as you, so that'll be fun. Yeah, shoot me an email right now. You know it. We need a Crimson Dawn show. We need a continuation of Solo because it left us with the cliffhanger with Kira and Darth Maul, and I want to know what happens with that. And I'd rather it not just be stuck in for comics. For some reason, I like Lego Star Wars better than the figures. That's fine. I have my initial collecting point was I collected all Lego Star Wars. For like Clone Wars and other themes. I really kind of started taking a step back because I started collecting the Indiana Jones stuff. But at a point in time I was getting all of like the Disney Plus Star Wars stuff and all the Clone Wars stuff, all the Mando stuff, and I kind of taken a step back from it. So now I'm just probably really going to stick with the Clone Wars. I'm definitely getting the Ghost and all the Ahsoka sets. 100% I'm getting all of those. Um, I got the ATTE. The problem is I've officially run out of space to put it. So I'm like, I find it hard to buy Lego because I don't know where I'm gonna put it. So it's like I need to get more shelves up in my room. But no, I absolutely love Lego Star Wars, and that's a good opinion to have. I respect it. And hey, man, if you want to win a Lego Star Wars set, if you join our Patreon on the 1313 tier, I'm giving away we're giving away this Lego set on the 1st of next month for the 332nd battle pack, so you can build some 332nd troopers while watching the Ahsoka series. Heck yeah. Hunter Schultz, email me. Email me, my sweet babu. Or I should be able to I can maybe text it to you. Or like Messenger or something. I see if I can just got 6 of those sets. Respect. Respect. That's nice. I have the original 501st Battle Pack. I have like a couple of those. Um I have one of them still unopened and I'm just kind of sitting on it. Not because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sell this because it's gonna be worth so much money someday. Just because I don't have place for it and I got too excited and I bought too many. Cool. Cool. Hunter, I definitely just sent you an invite. Jacob, I have to grab dinner. Gentlemen, Scholar, one of my favorite people. Good night, all. Thank you for joining us, SideQuester, on this lovely stream today. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, thank you for finding this figure for me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because I could not find him for the life of me. And he was sold out pretty much everywhere online. So if it wasn't going to be found in person by somebody, I probably wasn't going to get it. So thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. This was the last thing I needed for that build figure. All I got to do now is track down Marion and Taunt and Belloc, which I'm probably not going to find. Who's a more scary villain, Vader or Thrawn? That's a good question. Because Vader is ruthless and he just is like, I'm big and dark and evil and I kill because I'm angry all the time. But Thrawn is cunning. And I think that's what makes Thrawn a little bit more scary, is because he's not predictable. He's always a step ahead and he always has a hunch and he always knows. So I feel like if I was tactically going up against Darth Vader, I would have a better chance than I did with Thrawn. If it was Thrawn, I'd be dead. Vader, I feel like I would have a slight chance. Like, even if it's a small chance, I feel like there's still some. Vader would just wipe it out. Usually get 10 of each battle pack. Damn, crazy. That's a great. So I assume that then your like main focus is that you just collect Lego. Is it specifically the battle packs, or is it like everything Lego? Or is it like, do you just pick and choose like Clone Wars era stuff, or what? What should we be doing? Also, Hunter Schultz, stop playing around. I sent you to link. Join the stream. Coward. Is this how you punish me, Zeus? You coward. Did you just send me the link to the StreamYard? Or did you text it to yourself so you can access it on Womp Womp? It's mostly just clone battle packs and stuff. Nice. Yeah, I got these ones, and I got the 501st ones. Hey, everybody!
No, can you hear me?
King of the Clones, 212 Hunter. Yes, we can hear you.
All right, sweet.
How's it going, boss?
Good. Just got back from the long ride.
Is Hybrid with you?
Possibly.
You're looking off to the side of the camera, so you can just say yes. He's gonna be there. What's up, dude?
Nothing too crazy. Just the usual.
I don't know why you were hiding. I knew you were gonna be there.
Yeah, you don't know my life, man. You don't know what me and my boo do.
I do know your life because you told me your plans for the weekend. Because I almost went.
I don't have anyone to talk to but you. So
anyway, how was the con, guys? How did it go?
Good, really good.
Okay, I know you guys.
2 girls today.
Was one of them Katie Sackhoff and the other one was Cortana?
No, that's Columbus. Emily Swallow and Katie Sackhoff.
Who?
Emily Swallow?
Who's that?
You got both Mando mommies, the armor and the.
Oh, got it. I was like, I don't know her name. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so was it just like the meet and greets was it, or was there like any like good collectibles to be seen, any pickups from today?
Fan Expo, as far as events go, he's grabbing me a chair, so we're gonna make this work. We didn't plan. Fan Expo kind of gets the same vendors for like every event, and so it's kind of a lot of same old. You'll find the same Funko Pops that you'll find at Walmart or any collectible shop, new stuff. A lot of it's new. It's not like ICCC where there's like a lot of vendors selling their personal collection that they've accumulated over the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was cool to walk around. Ultimately, I didn't really buy anything. I got my autographs and that was it.
Cool.
I bought some stuff.
Of course you did. Hey, Commander Evan, thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. Busy day tomorrow. I hope it goes well. Favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your night and have a good day tomorrow, man.
So here's the Emily Swallow signature I got.
Oh, what did she write on it? She wrote a
So
lot.
it says, "Our secrecy is our survival. Our survival is our strength."
That's cool.
I
you
thought
ask
that
her
was
to
a
write
really
that?
cool one. What's that?
Did you ask her to write that, or did she just?
Yeah, I did. I was just gonna ask her to write "Our survival is our strength," and she's like, "Do you want me to just write the whole thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I mean, if you want to."
That's
Can't
dope.
argue with that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Also, here.
And how was Katie Sackhoff? Was she nice? Was she
Okay,
cool? Were you
mhm.
flabbergasted? Were you like unable to speak?
I pretty much just said like to her that I always liked her character Bo-Katan, like since I watched the Clone Wars, and like I loved her character in the Clone Wars, and to see it in live action and her playing it, I thought it was super cool, and she thought that was really cool. And it wasn't like they were trying to move people, and she was kind of going quick, but like also she was also still really nice though. Like she definitely was genuine, you know, nice, and she was great. It was cool. It was the first time I ever like got any like met any like celebrity and got anything signed, so it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
He goes to one fan expo, and all of a sudden, we're not celebrity tier to him anymore from Erie last year.
Yeah, that's
Knocked
nice.
us down a peg.
I don't even have any autographs from you guys.
Right.
You didn't ask for one.
I gave you a sticker.
You slept with Jackson. That's gotta.
That's better than any
or something.
autograph. And then I got this the Bo-Katan. I couldn't get a quote, so it was just her signature, but it was a nice silver paint pen.
That's crispy, dude.
Yeah, I think it looks nice on the credit collection too, even though I know it might not be everybody's pick, but I think it looks pretty
I
good.
think that credit collection Bo-Katan though looks better than the regular release.
Yeah.
It's more color accurate. You know, it's a darker blue, the darker hair. They did the right color for the belt and pouches.
Should I just keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
All right. So I got D. Bradley Baker, and I got this Cody that I picked up at ICC,
That's dope.
and he wrote D. Bradley Baker, Cody, and the clones, and then he wrote CC2224 for Cody's number. So that was cool.
That was the one thing that was like made me like, because I was like Katie Sackhoff. I'm like, okay, she's cool, but I don't. When you were like D. Bradley Baker's there, I was like, I might have. I couldn't.
You should have been there in that call. If he and I were on the phone one day, like a week ago, and we were just talking about our plans for this convention. And I pulled up the website and found that they had just added D. Bradley Baker. He was like a final week edition. And there was that moment of like, what do I do? What do I do? Because I can't just buy a Rex on eBay. I won't have it in time for the con. We had like 4 days notice. And I'd forgotten, and I'm glad that I went through and looked, because I was hoping that maybe I had a spare clone or something in my box collection. And I actually had a Bad Batch Rex.
If you really needed something just to meet him and get signed, Jackson has I think we have it too. We have the first like the original Clone Wars figure of Rex from like when the movie came out. So
yeah, no, I mean, I was starting to think like, man, who do I talk to who has a collection? What local comic shops would have stuff? But then I had a Rex, so I was like, okay,
that's awesome.
I
really want to meet the Clone Wars cast, and I want to get the bases to my animated sideshow sign, so they're all standing on their signatures. That's what I want.
The only thing I got other than autographs that I picked up was this plush Flareon.
I can't believe you.
He's super soft. It's incredible.
That's dope.
Yeah, I can't get you an eBay sold listing on this one. He'll take that price to the grave.
I hope it wasn't too expensive.
I mean,
you sat on the Clone Wars movie Rex. Yeah, I feel like everybody had it at one point, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
like the other one that we have is like from our childhood is missing the helmet and the pauldron. So,
It's how it goes. It's a sign of a well-loved toy.
yep.
So I had, as mentioned, my Bad Batch Rex, which I got D to sign,
Hmm.
and came out really good. He just made it out to Jake and D Baker, Rex, and the clones. And then thinking about it, my brother has a birthday coming up in a couple of days, and he's always down to watch Clone Wars with us. So I picked him up this print, got it signed, like Rex and the
Dope.
Jump Troopers from the finale. And
That's awesome.
I will say, he was like, "Do you want me to use the same blue pen?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I thought he'd like do it on like the black borders on the top and bottom, so it'd be extra crispy. And then like he did it like in the picture. It's okay, you can see it. But I was like,
Gosh,
man, I was like, hey, there's this nice border here, like that. That's where it should go. But no, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it looks good.
No, it looks really good.
But no, it turned out really nice. So we're good here. I was debating meeting Dante Bosco. I'd brought my Avatar Prince Zuko Funko Pop, and it kind of just, by the time that we got here, man, the toll roads hit us on the way, and I was like, man, he's gonna be in GalaxyCon Columbus, so I'm just gonna meet him there. And,
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to meet you guys there because I'm going there. Like, and it's I want to go, but
think
the reason why I'm going is because there's people there that Delilah wants to meet, like from that Once Upon a Time show. So it's like that's
Sure.
where all of my money's going that day. So at least I'll be able to be like, did you guys get to meet all the Star Wars people? I'm gonna try to meet Giancarlo Esposito while I'm there because he's in
100%.
Once Upon a Time, but I'm at least gonna meet him and be like, I like Star Wars and I like you.
he's really nice. I've met him, and he's one of my favorite celebrity interactions. And I think the plan for Columbus, because Hunter will be traveling, 8 hours from home, is he'll be crashing at my place for potentially a couple of days. And if you and Delilah just wanted to come and carpool or something,
Perhaps. I know we're driving probably straight down just for the day and then driving back because
that's what we would do.
it's not winter break yet, so it's gonna be tough because she's got to get back to school because then she's gonna drive all the way to Erie, which is gonna be like 3 hours, and then we're gonna drive all the way to Columbus, and I got to drive all the way back, and then she's got to drive all the way back to school.
Now you're
So-
talking like Jacksonville school?
No, she transferred to a school in New York.
That's nicer, honestly. You can see her more often.
Yeah, it's a plus for that. It's a plus for that.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, I mean that offer stands. We've got 2 extra seats in the car. So
Hell yeah, sounds good.
yuppers.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know what the move is.
So, but yeah, I had a good time at the con. I mean, I didn't really buy much of anything, or entered in a raffle.
Yeah. They said they were going to call by the end of the day.
No, when I spoke with them, it's actually being drawn tomorrow at end of event.
Oh,
So we'll have a phone call by tomorrow evening.
Nice.
Emily Swallow has partnered with kids cancer research or
It
something.
was like pediatric cancer.
win cancer.
Right. Yeah, she's supporting cancer. No, she's supporting a pediatric cancer cure group with this raffle where it's $5 a ticket to enter. And there is a 3D printed replica armorer hammer that has been perfectly finished and painted to where it is prop quality. And we got to hold it. The thing is heavy. And $5 a ticket to enter, and she will sign it and then mail it to whoever wins.
That's cool.
So we are entered in for an armorer prop hammer.
That's cool. That's very cool. What do you call your subscribers? We call them the regs, our regulars. And if you're new to the channel, you're a shiny. That's just that's our thing. So because you're here all the time, you're definitely a reg. You're a reg. These 2 are regs.
You're not shinies anymore.
As I wipe my dirty hand on your pristine armor.
I'll tell you what was funny, standing in the D. Bradley Baker line, like I felt like I was the only one there for like something that was other than Rex. Like everybody was like, it's Captain Rex. And I'm like, it's Cody.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine getting in your car and traveling all the way to Chicago for a Commander Cody autograph?
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
I mean,
See,
when
he's lying. He's lying.
right
He
when
would
you have
do it.
when you have such amazing alternatives, I mean, you could get a blue clone, or
You could get a Squilliam signature.
I didn't know it was him.
How did you not know?
I don't know. I don't know how this piece of trivia evaded me, because trivia is my thing. I mean, I guess I just always assumed, because Squilliam's voice is so close to Squidward's, I just assumed it was always Roger Bumpus.
So how did you figure out it was him? Did you like mention it to him and he was like, "I'm Squilliam"?
He had a book full of all
pictures.
the pictures that you could get, the autographs on. And I was flipping through looking for like a cool Captain Rex print, and all of a sudden there's a picture of Squilliam, and I'm like, no way. And I was like, there's no freaking way.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I mean, Squilliam sounds like Squidward with an accent, so
That's
just
true.
have the Squidward guy voice him.
No.
But yeah, no, I mean, they went above and beyond there, I guess. But I mean, that's great casting. I'm with it. I was debating also, but again, the whole Zuko thing didn't work out for budget. But I was debating looking for an Appa Funko Pop, because D. Bradley Baker did the voices for Appa and Momo in Avatar: Last Airbender, and I've kind of got like an Avatar autograph shelf going on.
Don't they also have them in like figure form with like Aang?
Yeah, they have like action figures, but
Yeah.
I've done Funkos on every other Avatar
yeah,
autographs, so
true.
gotta keep with the trend.
Welcome, Jonah, and welcome, Stuck in Cybernite, to the stream.
What's up?
Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Very cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourself. That's really cool.
Always. Anytime I get to spend with my sweet Latenderizer.
La tenderizer. That's new.
my Biggie cheese, my sweet.
So next is going to be EerieCon then, where we're going to see you.
Yeah, EerieCon for me is next, and for you, and then the week after EerieCon, I think
That's when you go to Florida.
that's Florida, where I meet Cameron Monaghan.
I'm so pissed that you're going to go meet him. I hate you.
Dude,
I mean, what would you possibly have in common with a ginger Jedi? I mean, come on, give me this one. But
You'd be like, bro, you gave me hope. You made me feel pretty again. Everybody said I was born with snow camouflage. I was like, I hate it. But now I see you and I feel good about myself.
there is potentially good, potentially bad to come from that. I've never heard of Cameron Monaghan doing a convention ever outside of that Star Wars Celebration appearance earlier this year, which is really more of a press tour for Jedi Survivor than actually, signing autographs. And if he has a good time, he might do more. That's kind of the trend, is when you get an actor who's never really done cons before start going to cons, you'll either see them all over or you'll never see them again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Cal's a well-liked character, and Cameron Monaghan has a whole list of roles that he's played that are relatively well-liked, between Joker and Shameless.
Yeah.
I might have to give you a figure to get signed.
Hunter's sending me down with a figure.
I'm sending in my first edition Cal Kestis.
I'm on the fence on if I pick up a first
I
edition.
have that first edition Cal Kestis. I could also get that signed.
So I think you were saying you're going to get it in white paint pen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it in white on the window.
Okay, that'd be dope.
I had it in my mind that I wanted to use like a light blue, like for the lightsaber. But the white on the white box is a good look. You saw I did that with my first edition Jawas. I think it's going to be a toss-up for white or blue for me, and it'll depend on if I buy a red or a black box. We'll have a white paint pen if you like that look. Otherwise, I'll bring any colors we need.
Did you guys play through Jedi Survivor all the way?
I have.
I have yet to play it at all.
Okay, well, I can't say what I want to get it signed then, because then
Look, I knew that there was a huge risk of spoilers, so I just watched gameplays. I know, having not even touched the game, I have accidentally spoiled parts for people when talking about the game.
Wait, so you know everything?
Oh, everything, yeah, front and back.
I would definitely. I think it'd be cool to have him like sign it and then quote press LTRT to embrace the darkness.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool.
I wish Man, we really got hit with that plastic-free packaging at an awful time because that new Survivor outfit
Yeah.
is a banger.
It's
And
so good.
That is the
You know what
figure I
you should
signed
do?
at a window.
You want to? You should do. You should do. You have that figure, right?
I do, yeah.
Do you have the old Cal Kestis? No, he's not. He's not in the Galaxy packaging.
Right, he's in the red box.
Right.
They did the Gaming Greats Deluxe Cal Kestis.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
You're saying you were thinking of like swapping, like putting the insert, or like
Yeah.
putting the figure in the insert and like sticking them in the Galaxy
Yeah,
If
package.
it
could
would
make-
fit, because that Galaxy one has the big poncho, whereas Cal's wearing
True.
tighter clothes. So if the
Yeah, I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
it'd be an experiment.
Even if we try.
And then you also have to fill all the other holes in the packaging with the double-bladed lightsaber and the single-bladed lightsaber and the holocron and stuff.
Or you could just cut it.
Yeah.
Was the plastic-free Survivor Cal Kestis a bigger box?
It was a standard box. It was a
okay.
standard $24.99 release. I mean, honestly, I don't dislike the Fallen Order outfit. That's still a classic appearance.
I think if we were to get Fallen Order one time, it's got to be the first edition or it's got to be the deluxe.
Right.
For me, I'm not opening the first edition, so like I'm just gonna get it on the first edition. Plus,
Well, I
it's, like,
have
cool.
I have two regular releases and I have two deluxes. I have one of the deluxes. You can't see him. He's tacked onto the shelf over here, so it looks like he's wall running.
Right.
So, I mean, yes. So for me, it would work just because I have the two. But other than that, I mean, for you, it wouldn't be the greatest, just because it wouldn't work for you.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna probably the other thing too was I had no clue how cheap the first edition had gotten, because last I knew it was pushing $100. Well, now it's going for like $50 on eBay, and then like the red and black box is going for like 40. Because I think the Jedi Survivor appearance kind of knocked down the exclusivity of that, the first appearance, because it was no longer the only Cal.
You guys met clones in one day.
Clones in one day.
Right. No, I mean, what was my joke in the line? We're getting 10,000 autographs today with another 100,000 soon on the way. Like the Attack of the Clones quote. But
New Ahsoka TV spot was incredible. I saw it. It was super good. I'm so excited for that show. Continue.
Speaking of that, I can't wait till the Ahsoka cast appears at cons.
all right.
I haven't even seen the show yet. And
Lars
I'm excited to see
Mikkelsen.
all of them.
I will traverse the nation to meet Lars Mikkelsen. I will traverse the nation because my goal is on top of my San Diego Comic-Con Thrawn that Mr. Latittles got from me. Thank you so much. I want to get that signed, but also I've mentioned it before. I have this collector's edition of one of the Thrawn novels signed by Timothy Zahn already. And it's on this page. I would also love to have Lars Mikkelsen and Mark Thompson sign it, since they're all like the pivotal Thrawn people,
Sure.
and have like all signatures in one spot. Or I might have everybody sign the San Diego Comic-Con one as well. Don't know.
Sure.
But
Not to brag or flex, I've already met Rosario Dawson. I don't think that's going to show up. But
very cool.
Yeah.
Rosario would be cool to meet, but
I mean,
especially me growing up with actually Eckstein being my Ahsoka, I feel like it would be a little bit more. It would mean a little bit more for me to meet her than it would to meet Rosario. But after the show, this show comes out, I bet my opinion's gonna switch.
I'm not 100% in Camp Rosario yet. I don't dislike anything she's done. I always kind of had it in my mind that Ashley Eckstein should have been the choice. I remember I saw in a behind the scenes thing back in the day where when making the CG models for the Clone Wars movie and series, Obi-Wan kind of had to look like Ewan McGregor, and Anakin kind of had to look like Hayden, but Ahsoka could look like anyone. So they kind of tailored the model to be like, well, what if Ashley had played a live action, and then we, make her appear similar. And I guess since then, I've always been like, wow, if we get live action Ahsoka, she can just play her. And I know people are like, oh, she's short. Oh, she's not super fit. Well, Mark Hamill was like 5'7", and it's not like anyone does their own stunts anymore. You know, I mean, Tom Cruise, that's it. Like, I think I've always
did a lot of his own stunts in the new Indiana Jones movie. Actually,
who did?
Harrison Ford did a lot in the new Dial of Destiny. Actually,
I did hear that he was pretty involved for a lot of it, a lot of the horse riding stuff.
Yes, almost all the horse riding he did.
I heard the
He did
quote
that-
where
the
someone
underwater
was
scene,
your stunt
they were-
double for it.
When they're getting the Graphagos underwater, he did all the underwater stuff too.
Really, that I figured a lot of that was CG. I didn't realize that was.
Lots of it is actually it's not filmed like under like the sea, but they definitely filmed lots of it in a pool, like to
Sure.
get like the motion right.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I read an interview where he was talking about how they kept trying to get a stunt double to do the horse stuff for him, and he was like, "Do I look like an old man on a horse? We're doing it right."
Yeah, I love him, and that's why I love this figure.
Yeah, I'm sure Kitty Sackhoff, even though she was like Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars, and then she did it live action, I'm sure she doesn't do a lot of her stunts.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially you get into like Mandalorian characters. I mean, like they say Pedro's basically never been on set ever. Like,
Right.
like you don't have to be there. I guess also I had it pulled up, but I've also met Ashley, which that's not going to show up. But
Maybe it'll
Yeah.
show up if I.
Stop flexing.
Yeah, there you go. I see it. I see it. Take my word for it.
so it's on my Instagram. Just scroll back a bit. But no, that was actually a fun con because that was in like February of 20, and it was like the last weekend of February, and I flew home from Florida like the 4th or 5th of March, and then the very next day they shut down airlines for COVID. I like when the pandemic shutdown initially hit for that 2 weeks, we'll close the world. Like I would have been stuck in Florida for like 6 months unless I had someone come drive down and get me. But no, that was kind of a fun time.
Should I wait for the Black Series release of Season 7 Ahsoka or go with the Hot Toys version?
I thought about getting
That's
Hot
a very big price difference.
I think he's saying just about getting the figure
Okay.
versus an autograph.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm gonna be 100%. I have yet to own a Hot Toys. Definitely on Black Series.
They're worth it. They're awesome. They're amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle because I'm like, man, for that money, I could have 10 Black Series. And like the numbers, you know, and then I'm like, well, 10 Black Series are like 4 foot tall. So why is that one only 1 foot tall? I get that's not how it works. But like the Black Series Season 7 Ahsoka is rough.
Unfortunately.
They should have done so much better. Seeing how good that Maul is when put next to the Ahsoka makes me mad.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I have the Hot Toys Ahsoka coming in.
Right. I also have the Hot Toys Ahsoka.
I wish Figuarts would go for that kind of thing, you know, like leave some of the live action stuff behind and pick an animated character or two. And then whether you do an animated style, that would stand out on the shelf. But if they were to take their hand at, you know, like adapting to live action, like Black
It's
Series,
not like they can't. They do anime figures, and I have the Anime Visions figures from Figuarts. They could do that. They definitely can do that. I don't know why they don't though.
Oh, they could do it in the animation style. I guess I'm just speculating that it would stand out when put next to any other Figuart Star Wars figures you may have, which is why Black Series does the live action adaptation.
Yes.
All right.
It's a nice figure.
Figuarts or Mayfix would make killing off Clone Wars. If they did animated style Clone Wars figures, 100% yes. 100% yes.
The new Bo-Katan Mayfix will be my first Mayfix.
I have yet to handle a Mayfix.
I don't have a Mayfix either.
I have very recently kind of got. I don't want to say I have the Figuarts bug, but I've been getting some.
Delilah. What part of the Ahsoka show are you guys most excited for? Minus Thrawn.
Sabine's relationship with Ahsoka. That's what I'm excited for. Like the whole mentor and like I don't know if you would call her Padawan.
Yeah, because like I'm kind of hoping they don't go the Sabine as Force sensitive route because like Kanan should have been able to tell as old as she was,
Right.
in Rebels.
Right.
I'm kind of intrigued by our villain characters in this. What Baylan and what Sheehan or whatever the white-haired girl's name is.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, everyone is talking about Sabine being the eye candy of the show. That Sith girl, like Loudy. I don't know. Like Sabine's okay, but
I don't know.
oh my,
That's a hard bangs cut, dude. I don't know.
don't care. I could fix her.
I'm excited to see just like with those.
There's no, you can't go on. There's no way you just said that.
Who, me or him?
Yeah. No, you just started. You didn't say anything wrong. I'm talking about that guy.
What, perpetually thirsty?
Yes, perpetual.
This shouldn't be shocking to anyone at this point. I really don't get why it is. I have fan art of Ahsoka in a jar on my living room wall. Why are we thrown by this?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
I won't show my phone screen to you this time, but I'll have Latendi swear.
I'm excited for Rebels season 5 and the situation of the
He's
Rebels.
just trying to pick up the pieces.
And definitely not the Thrawn guy.
Yeah, who even likes that wannabe Cad Bane dude?
I'm a little excited with those characters just to see like how they explain like what they are, because like don't they say they're not Sith and they're obviously not Jedi,
Right. There.
so like what are their like allegiances or alliances, like where do they align, like what are, you know what I mean?
If I start hearing this gray Jedi BS again,
Why? Because the lightsabers are like slightly orange.
right? Well, they're just they believe in the light side, but they haven't committed to the Order of the Sith. No, there's no gray Jedi.
Correct.
Sure, this Ahsoka thing. I just recently showed it to someone. There.
Oh, I
it's just
think
'cause
you
you're
showed
meant
me that. Who made that?
My friend Aiden down in Florida that Tommy hates.
That's right.
He got big into painting, and I told him about all the Ahsoka and Jar comments I was making in the Discord that week. And one day he was at Walmart, and he saw they had this wooden cutout of a mason jar and like the arts and crafts stuff, and he understood the assignment.
Womp womp.
Something like that.
Very nice. All right, boys. After 2 hours and 20 minutes of streaming, my voice is gone. So
We didn't ask. We just got here.
I know. But bye. Hope you guys enjoyed your day at the con, and to those that are still watching, thank you guys for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed the stream that turned into Indiana Jones, that turned into dating advice, which turned into how to cook mac and cheese. We were all over the place today, but that's okay. That's what this is for. So, and then again, I don't think he's still here, but thank you, Commander Cook, for the $5. Thank you so much, man. But if you haven't already, join the YouTube channel as a member. Join the Patreon, leave a comment, so follow us on all of our social media, and stay tuned for the rest of this week because we are going to have Harrison Dula on the show, and I couldn't be more
You guys
excited.
got that lined up?
That's this Friday, my guy. This episode.
Oh, man, I didn't know that you guys had actually. I knew that you guys had spoken to her. I didn't know that you committed to it. That's awesome.
It's happening this week. So
finally, some good 1313 content.
go screw yourself, dude. Go die. I hope you go home and one of your cats has peed all over your precious Ahsoka painting that you have in your living room.
Oh man! Oh Lord!
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.